Kung ang Lady Eagles ang reyna ng UAAP Women's Volleyball, undisputed king naman so far ng UAAP Men's Volleyball ngayong season ang Ateneo Blue Eagles. Wala pa ring talo ang Ateneo men's team sa season 79 matapos ang 10 laro. Ano ang sikreto ng invincibility ng Ateneo ngayong taon? Kasama natin ngayon si Coach Oliver Almadro at ang mga players na sina Josh Villanueva at Tony Koifman. Good evening, guys. Welcome to the Score. Thank you for joining us. I know you're very busy, Coach. You're very focused in the season. Yes, but thank you for your time, no? Para mapag-usapan naman natin itong current run ninyo. You know, interesting enough, sa mga viewers natin, we were talking before we started the interview, they did not realize they were on a 24-game winning streak. Nagulat ka when I counted it for you. So it's just, obviously, this is something that's not in your minds. This streak is not something that you think of as a team.
Yes, of course. I always tell my players, every win is already a history.
Okay.
So if you think that win is a history, so you're looking forward to the next game.
Right.
So what I always tell them is to be prepared, always, just to be prepared, always be challenged and be inspired. Every game, every practice.
Now, coming into this season, after winning last year, you only dropped one game, your third game, no? Tama. What was it like? What was the goal coming into season 79? What was one theme or one message that you said to them, that how did you motivate them to prepare them for this season 79?
Well, after our second championship, I tell them that, guys, it's rare that a legacy in Ateneo like this in volleyball is being parang ano nangyayari.
It's being put together. It's on the way.
Yes, on the way.
Process,
so I told them na just have to be inspired, be motivated, and be prepared. Kasi that's the key. You have to be prepared, you have to be motivated, and of course, do not think of the end right away. Well, you have to think of the what is on top, but you have to work every day, every game, every practice.
Josh, what's it like para sa mga players? How is coach's message translated sa mga players? Ganun din ba kayo, easily you focus one game at a time? You don't think of this streak that you're running on right now?
Well, actually, ngayon na pag-usapan natin kanina. Well, parang basically, like, we were scoring like through Twitter. And then may nabasa lang ako mga to, 24 streak. Pero nagulat lang din ako na parang,
ganun na pala.
Ganun na namin. Pero hindi yun nga, sabi ni coach sa amin na, yun nga, like one game at a time. Pero hindi dapat kami mag-focus doon. Kumbaga, yun, sabi nga kanina, history, 10-0. So like, we should always prepare with with each game, but we should always think of to be back in the finals. Yun yung mismong goal talaga namin.
Tony, what's it like to, you know, amidst the streak and the confidence you have, what's it like still needing to have the respect and fear of your opponent somehow so that you're not overconfident?
Well, I believe that just pushing ourselves and, as you said, respecting each other's our opponents, it definitely makes, for me, it definitely makes the UAAP look a lot more formidable. And I definitely just, in my case, I definitely take it as they do, one game at a time, and absolutely just stay at a course pace. At
that moment, Coach, so you've only dropped 3 sets. In the 10 wins you've had, you've dropped 3 sets. The last game, you dropped your first time that you dropped the first set. What happened? What was that like? So I know you dropped 2 sets prior to that, but never the first set. So what was different? How did you feel? Did you like it that you actually lost a set so you could see how the boys would react? What was it like for you?
No, I told them it's not a big deal. It's not a problem. It's a first set. 4 sets, 5 sets. What important is the win. So I always push them that other teams doing their job. So you have to do more. So yun lang. So that first set, we lost that first set against USD. Because they worked hard. Sabi ko nga the bull's eye is on us always. So everybody's doing their best for at least yun nga yung to beat us. But of course, great teams push us forward. If they're doing good, we have to be good also, better. So I always tell my players na do more, and kung ano yung ginagawa ng kalaban is we have to do more than them.
Josh, walk us through what happened nung game na yon. You lost the first set. Anong pinag-usapan on the floor? Was there moments of uneasiness, medyo may panic ba? Or everybody was cool ba na kaya natin tumabawi?
Well, nung first set na yun nga, after nung matalo kami nung first set na yun, nag-usap lang din na parang kailangan kami mag-bounce back. Kasi with coach, he would always tell us na, nga, masama yung kumbaga like, let's say yung matalo ka, but what important is yun nga, is makabalik ka, yung resiliency to win back, to bounce back. So yun, pinag-usapan namin mabuti kung ano yung mga nagawa may pagkakamali nung first set na yun. And then yun nga, na to adjust things also. And then like, yung mga small errors, yung mga small miscommunications, yun yung in-adjust na namin agad.
Tony, what's it like to continue to stay hungry, especially now with the 10th straight win? You're qualified for the Final Four and the twice-to-beat advantage. So you're top two. Nothing to worry about anymore, pretty much. So how do you battle that potential complacency that, it might be okay to lose? You know, it's okay. We don't have to give it. You know, if we're down 2 sets, we don't have to kill ourselves to win this one because we're in there. How do you battle that?
I believe for me, I personally find taking a set or even 2 sets as a test for myself and as for my teammates as what can we do to visualize to push ourselves better. Also, in practice, we like to really push ourselves to the next limit so that we won't ever have to get to that point where we ever drop 2 sets.
When you're on a run like this, coach, what are the challenges in coaching? Because when you lose, there's things to fix, right? There's things to tweak. But when you're winning and you're playing so well and virtually, hardly dropping a set, how do you coach a team like this? It's a weird problem to have, It's good that you're winning straight, but what's it like in a situation like that when you're running a long streak of wins?
It's a problem, but it's a good problem.
Yes.
Well, it's very hard to coach a team that hasn't tasted defeat. Yes. But as coaches, we push also ourselves. We tend to learn more, observe, study more. So for us coaches, it's a learning process also.
Right.
So we tend to excel also on what I will do next. What will I tell my players?
Right.
So it's really how to motivate and how to push the players well. So if they're learning, I'm also learning.
Yeah.
So as a coach, I'm growing. But of course, I have to motivate my players and I have to push my players more without the expense of parang patay namamatay sila, hindi naman So I repush them so that natalo kami ng isang set, so that set is also a learning lesson for us. Now, I have a reason to, we have to review this, we have to review that.
Okay.
So that's it. So yun naman yung maganda sa hindi pa natatalo.
Josh, is there any kind of fear, may takot na kung matalo, how will you recover? Because medyo matagal na. It's been last season pa in the 3rd game, so it's been quite a while since you lost the game. Has it ever entered your mind? So what will it take to bounce back if you lose a game?
Well, like nung last season, natalo kami nun like medyo sa una pa lang, like first round. And then coach told us na in a good way na parang mas maganda yun para alam na namin kung ano yung kailangan naming adjustan. So I'm really not sure if like it will happen at the end, which is yun nga, kailangan namin maiwasan na yun, kumbaga. Going to the end, kailangan kumbaga like perfect na lahat ng gagawin namin. Kailangan talagang steady na kami hanggang until we reach the finals, yun nga. So yun, kumbaga, kung may pagkakamali man, gawin na namin sa umpisa.
Okay, Tony, you guys still have some tough competition ahead in your last 4 games. I know NU is one of them as well.
Yes.
How are you preparing that that coming towards the end, everybody is going to give their double, triple effort to still try and beat you guys and try to, I'm sure they would want to have that psychological edge. It's not going to affect your standing, but they would want that psychological edge against you if they face you in the Final Four or in the finals.
Well, that's a tough question. I guess I would like to say, when it comes to, again, visualizing, it's really important to keep yourself at a steady rate. It's one thing for another team to really psychologically get in your head, and I've experienced that with other teams and etc. However, I believe that with our bond, it really creates something as through practice and through games. We learned if one of us falls down, the rest of us is going to pick that one.
Awesome. And you see it on the floor. It's embodied on the floor. Their body language coach, you see it.
Well, I always tell my players then na we should want it more than the opponent. And we have to keep ourselves hungry.
Yeah.
That's what's important.
How do you do that? Because I remember, and I'll bring this in just to jump in before you answer that. I'll never forget, I saw Coach Norman Black. This is basketball, but they just won back-to-back. And he said to me, you know, it's hard to motivate guys to go back-to-back. I think it's harder to motivate them to go for a third one. Yeah. So how do you try to, what can you entice them to make them hungry to go for a third one?
So, well, I reminded them how we did this the first time.
Okay.
So that's the first thing.
Yeah.
So always remember, this morning I texted everybody about a quote na just don't forget how we did this the first time.
Right. Yeah.
So I always tell them that. I always remind them every day what should be their mindset. So well, that's it. Na we should be hungrier. We should want it more than the opponent.
Yep.
And of course, let's remind ourselves how we did this the first time.
Right.
We got the first championship. So with that, they will be more excited. They will be more, I can do that the first time.
Reminiscing how hungry they were the first time around. Excellent point. Okay, well, what's it like now? The pressure of the fans, the media attention, it's growing and growing. Men's volleyball is catching up. Is there pressure for history to be made to, as you said, possibly leaving a legacy with Ateneo of winning 3 straight championships to keep in step with what the women were able to achieve for a while?
Well, we eat pressure. Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Nice. Okay.
So, well, there's no naman all athletes are pressured to win.
Yeah.
But I always tell them, just put it in your pocket, forget it. What important is you have your mindset. What the mindset is to look on what is above always. So pressure will always be there, but I always tell them how to handle it and how to be humble also and how to work hard again and again and again.
Well, so far it's been an incredible ride, and thank you for the great show you've been putting on for all of us. It's a great example in sports, in any sport, to witness a run like this. We wish you all the best, and we can't wait to see you step it up some more as a Final Four approaches. Ateneo Men's Volleyball, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi guys, keep watching The Score for the latest sports updates, and don't forget to subscribe to the ABS-CBN Sports in Action YouTube channel.